Brakes. Brakes, don't fail me now. Yeah!
Come on.
We are testing a new e-bike, surprise, surprise, but this is from one of my favorite e-bike companies. I was pretty stoked that they offered to send me this bike. Even though it's not a dual motor bike, it's still a pretty awesome machine. So I'm like, I'm down. It's Aniioke. Aniioke makes my favorite bike, which Alex is riding right behind me. Why would I not want to review another bike from Aniioke? I don't care if it's single or dual motor. I know they make good bikes. So we're gonna take it over to the test hill and we're gonna get a look at it. This is the AQ177 Pro Max. It has a 1200 watt rear hub motor, has 80 Newton meters of torque, which I don't think is gonna be enough to get my big old self up this hill. So there'll be some pedaling involved, but you never know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times before. It doesn't have a real fast takeoff on it. It's gradual. It doesn't jerk you back and gets to speed when it gets there. I don't know exactly how fast this bike will go yet. I believe it's advertised as 28 miles an hour, so it's a class 3 e-bike. However, it does have a 48 volt, 58,880 milliamp hour battery. So basically it's 48 volts, 60 amp hours. So you're gonna go a long ways on this. The funny thing is the website says it has half, look at that. It says it has half hydraulic disc brakes. Did I leave a skid mark? Look at that right there. Okay, so I think I was going about 20 miles an hour when I left that skid mark right there. That's how good these brakes are. And they're not as good as the ones on its big brother, the A8. This is the last skid mark I left on a different bike I was riding, whose brakes are nowhere near as good as Aniioke's brakes, obviously. But look at that. I stopped at about 17, 18 miles an hour in about 15 feet, 10, 12 feet, something like that. That ain't bad.
The one over there.
Which one? Oh, it's over there. Oh, okay. I mean, look, he's pointing at it's still the same thing. Apparently, this is my skid mark, which is even shorter. That's like 12 feet, 10 feet. Anyway, it did good. So I'm gonna gear up for the hill climb and Alex is gonna beat me. That's a given. So it only has 3 gears on it, and literally right here, 1, 2, 3. But you also have throttle cutoff right there. So even though, you see, it doesn't even show me in 3. When I turn it back on, it shows me in 3 right there. I don't know if you can see it in the shade. When I shut it off, it says park. So no throttle while it's in park. I'm trying to get you a shot of the display here. This is the biggest display I have ever seen on any e-bike. It is ginormous. And I can see everything through my sunglasses, and even with the sun shining on it, which makes it a little bit harder to read the digital numbers, I can still read it. It's got a nice little control panel on it. You got your headlight, you got your turn signals, you got a horn. And then one of the things that I love about these bikes is how they have the clear brake reservoirs right here on the front and back brakes. So you can see where you are as far as when you need to check on your stopping power. BMX style handlebars. And this CST BFT 20 by 4 inch fat knobby tires. All right, we're getting ready to do the hill climb right here. And one thing I forgot about this bike is it doesn't have any gears. It's got 1 gear in the back. So I'm gonna be pedaling my butt off on this hill, or we're gonna get to the top of it going 2 or 3 miles an hour. I hope Aniioke surprises me on this one because it's only 80 Newton meters of torque and I'm a big dude.
Good luck.
Good, thanks. Appreciate it. And he's gonna ride my other bike up and just smoke me. We have the throttle on. We're in gear 3. We're gonna try to book it up this hill. I also love that this is a step-through e-bike. I kind of wish I had the dual motor one, but it is what it is. It's still an amazing bike no matter how you look at it. So we're gonna step through, jump on the pedal, and I'm gonna grab the throttle and go. I know Alex is gonna beat me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a little bit of a running start. If I'm already in motion, I'll go all the way back here. I don't know, this bike could totally surprise me, and let's hope it does. Because if not, I'm gonna have a really hard time pedaling in this really high gear that's on here. 17 miles an hour on the hill. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Look at it go down. Look at it go down. Let's help it. Oh, wait. This bike's actually really easy to pedal. Look at him on the A8. This bike's actually easy to pedal. So I'm pedaling about 8 miles an hour. GPS says I'm going 7. I've already pedaled this hill once today. Why not do it twice? I need the exercise, right? Right. It's getting me up the hill. And there goes Alex. Like it's nothing. There we are. So, that was actually not hard at all. I'm actually not as much out of breath as I was earlier this morning when I rode up that hill. Don't get me wrong, my fat butt is out of breath a little bit, but hey, e-bikes are good for exercise too. And now we'll get to Mark's little drag strip right here for my speed test. So 35 miles an hour is the speed limit right here. 22, 22, 24, 25, 27, 28 miles an hour on GPS. Wow. I hit 28 miles an hour that quick on this bike in GPS? I don't know, guys. This seems like a really good bike. I mean, I always wanted the AQ177 dual motor version of this, but for those people that aren't like hill climbing everywhere and just want to have an e-bike to run to the store, cruise around, hang out with your friends, just go for a ride, 28 miles an hour is a good speed to have on an e-bike. A lot better than 20. But yeah, I'm really, really impressed with it. Good going, Aniioke, on the AQ177 rear motor only bikes. It's a good bike. I mean, it is Aniioke after all. This right here is a super long incline. Let's see how good Aniioke does on this. I'm at 20 miles an hour. I would imagine it's gonna drop down to 10 or 11, maybe even 12, we'll see. I'm at 19 right now. This is one of those e-bike killer hills that we have in Vegas. And just like anywhere you go in Vegas on a bike, about 3/4 of your ride is gonna be uphill. That's just one of the things, if you ride bikes in Vegas, you know what I mean. Everywhere you go uphill, unless you stay around downtown where it's fairly flat. 18 miles an hour, it's not bad. And we're at one of the steeper parts of the hill. Now this hill's about, I don't know, 1.5 miles, 2 miles long. So at 18 miles an hour, 17, GPS says 15. We're getting there, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. It'll probably start picking up speed here in just a little bit. It's weird how when I get to these, to the end of the hills, how it starts picking up speed, even when it's on the steepest part of the hill. Why is this car not going? Thank you for waiting. That was nice for her. 15 miles an hour. Alex could easily fly by me right now if he wanted to. And there he goes. I was just kidding when I said that. We're dropping down to 12 miles an hour. I'm gonna throttle it. I wanna see how much of this battery I wear down when I get up here. Say I have a guy on an e-scooter heading towards me, 12 miles an hour. Battery's not showing. You know what's funny is though, my hazard lights are blinking. I wonder if that means that, oh, I must have pushed the button for the hazard lights. I was like, oh no, is it throwing a warning? But this bike has hazards on it. You push both buttons at the same time, you get hazards. And I looked down and I saw both arrows. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm getting an error code, but that's not what it was. I just had to turn it off. So I haven't pedaled once on this hill. I'm almost to the very tippy top. I'm going 11 miles an hour according to GPS. The battery bars haven't budged. is showing 53 volts right now while I'm riding. And we're to the top. Here we are. I want to see on a downhill speed test or an incline speed test if the motor's going to limit my speed, or if the bike's going to limit my speed past 28 miles an hour while I'm holding the throttle. Because right now we're going 22. A little bit of a hill right here we're climbing up. 23, 24. Let's see how the suspension does right here. The adjustable dual crown suspension forks and the rear coilover shocks in the back. Nice, nice. Like it was just breezed right on by. So we're going 27 miles an hour right now. 27 miles an hour down the bike trail. Rocks. $28. Blind hill right here. We'll see how we do on this. $30 miles an hour. I'm just coasting now. 35. 38. Well, right here, when you get into the curves, I don't want to be going 38 miles an hour. That's just too fast. Oh my God, that's crazy. So this bike will go in a coast. Let's grab the throttle, see if we can't get it back up. Nope. When you're already going past the advertised speeds, you're not gonna get more than that out of the throttle. We're going 34 miles an hour. Only one other bike took me up this hill at 38. And this is taking me up at 35, 34 on GPS, 33. We're slowing down, but we still have that momentum. Oh, hell yeah. We made it to the top of the hill at 30 miles an hour. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, let it go. Stand there, just don't let it fall. Look how windy it is out today. The bike's going on its own. We're out riding in this too, but at least it's not 115 freaking degrees right now. After this car, if we got a green light, go. Go.
I can go faster than you.
Well, let's get over here. Man, these grooved roads make your tires feel like they're flat. It just grabs your tires and makes you wiggle around everywhere. I'm just coasting right now. This bike is very, very comfortable. I like the fact that it's not so compact or jammed together. So I can kind of sit, spread out, spread back a little bit. We're at 30 miles an hour right now, down the freshly paved bike path. I'm wondering, should we do some off-road on this bike today? Maybe we should. Sounds like fun. We do have front and rear suspension. And we're booking it down this road right now. I know it says we're only going 30 miles an hour, but it feels like we're going a hell of a lot faster. It really does. Oh yeah, we're flying. 31. This might work. I don't know what's going on with this truck right here, but we're gonna go around him. Really, really windy today. So I'm riding a heavy bike with a heavy person against 20, 25 mile an hour winds, and I'm going 25 miles an hour. That ain't bad, I guess. We do have Mr. Police Officer down here. Today's Earth Day, so they got a lot of stuff going on in these parks around us. This is the reason why I like double-sided chain rings. Alex's chain fell off while he was riding. Hit a big bump, bounced off.
It was all those rocks that were on the street.
You know, dual-sided chain rings, the chains don't normally do that. So, big, awesome, expensive bike should have a dual-sided chain ring. Just saying. This one doesn't have one either. And we're getting ready to go off-road.
Good luck.
All right, so I noticed one thing. I read about it before I came out on the ride. This bike has cruise control. So if you hold your speed for about 10 seconds on the throttle, it'll continue. You can let off the throttle and it'll continue whatever speed you set. You just grab the brakes to turn it off. I'm gonna go off-road. I don't know how I feel about cruise control and off-road. And I'm also not gonna go through here crazy because this is a new bike and it's a heavy bike, so I don't wanna do anything stupid. Well, I just wanna see with the knobby tires how we doing here. I ride in here quite a bit. I'm used to it. On some bikes, not all bikes are the same. Some of these bikes just aren't really made for this, but this got knobby tires on it, so we're gonna take it on the course. We'll see how knobby tires do in the loose gravel. And so far, I've been like aiming for it, and I haven't had an issue. It's actually doing really well. These are big, jagged-ass rocks. So these big 4-inch fat tires, they clip them on the side and they fling them out of the way, or they fling you out of the way, one or the other. So you gotta kind of keep an eye on what you're doing as you're going through here. But I'm hitting all this loose gravel in here and these big boulders that are loose, and it's taking it just fine. Again, this bike isn't a speed demon. 80 newton meters of torque through this little off-road course I ride all the time. It did absolutely perfectly fine. Not a single issue. One last bump right there, and that was the perfect ride through the off-road course. Very cool, very cool. Did a great job. This is our first impression of this bike. This bike is gonna be on my other channel, the Skid Mark channel. It's gonna be one of our ride bikes. The AA Pro Max will be like one of the main bikes we ride for that channel, but we are gonna ride this quite a bit. I have a few bikes we're gonna ride over there. This is definitely a keeper. This is a very well-built bike. All right, let's get on flat down here and do a pedal assist test. I don't even know exactly how to do it. I guess I'll put it in gear 1 and start pedaling and see what I get to, and click to gear 2 and see what I get to, and we'll just go from there. Pedal assist 1. I'm starting to pedal assist 1. I had the throttle off a minute ago. Couldn't figure out why I wasn't going anywhere. GPS says I'm going 8 miles an hour in pedal assist 1 in gear number 1. Let's try gear number 2. Gear number 2, I get a little bit of a boost. I'm not pulling back on the throttle at all. We're going 12, 14 miles an hour, 15. 3. 3 is gonna be a ghost pedal. Once I get to about 18, 17, yep, ghost pedal. So there we go. Now I got one more test I want to throw at this bike, and that's the actual, wow, the wind. Woo! It is a windy day out here, that is for sure. Oh, there's Alex. Bike is really balanced well. I got cruise control on, Alex flying by. No hands, check it out. Yes! Brakes, don't fail me now. Yeah! That was good. That was a back tire fishtail on the brakes. All right, this is the e-bike Killer Hill. Alex is riding a bike that just has no scruples when it comes to hills. It just climbs them. We're gonna see how fast we go on this bike. Will it cruise control for me? Let's see. Yeah, I'm in cruise control. But will it hold the cruise control? So, this is how balanced we are. Haha. A little bit steering with your legs, you know. Put your hands behind your head, take a nap on your ride. I'm cruise controlling right now at, screen says 20 miles an hour, GPS says 18. I haven't lost a single freaking battery bar of all the hills I put this bike on so far. That's crazy. But again, it's pretty much a 60 amp hour battery. So you're gonna get, if you're 150, 135, 140 pounds, you're gonna get a 120-mile ride on this bike with pedal assisting here and there. Probably right around 100 if you're just strictly throttle only, if you're that light. For me, 60 amp hour battery, if I pedal here and there, I'll get 80 miles out of it. If I strictly throttle the whole time, I'll probably get around 60. That is pretty freaking awesome. This is a good bike. And I was kind of like not as excited about it as I was when I got the A8, because the A8 obviously is the, you know, it's the top of the line. It's that bike. So it just, I don't know. This bike is really, really good. The Aniioke AQ177 Pro Max. This bike is a long range monster. It's been sitting in the room for 2 days since that ride. Turned the bike on, battery still says full. I could get on it and probably do that ride 4 or 5 more times, being as heavy as I am even, and still be able to do it. I was really, really surprised at everything I put this bike through and how it just came right back at me, only being a single motor bike, because Aniioke is known for dual motor bikes. Of all the dual motor bikes I've ridden, I've never ridden one as good as Aniioke dual motor bikes. Just, they're awesome. They're awesome bikes. Now, I don't know exactly what it's going for right now at the time of recording this, so make sure you check the links in my description and go over and check it out for yourself. I'm sure Aniioke is going to give you guys a coupon code so that you can save yourself some cash. I 100% stand behind Aniioke bikes because they're just great bikes. No other bike rides like them that I have ridden to this point, and I have reviewed in the past year a lot of bikes. And there are a lot of really, really good bikes out there that are in their own class. Some I classify higher than others, but in this class, I think Aniioke's at the top. So it's a good bike. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Aniioke, for sending it out to me. Make sure you guys check all the links and do all the things and hit the subscribe button, help the channel out. You guys totally rock. I'll see you on the next ride.